My dad left when I was about 5 years old, and it was really emotional for me. I was daddy's little girl, so when he left, it affected me drastically. I had to go to speech classes, guidance counselors, therapy. It was an emotional time, and I feel like that was the first time I felt depression in my life. I just started cutting school, and I ended up dropping out when I was about 16. I enrolled in a program where you could get your GED and your associates at the same time. Well, it was very hard for me to find a job, and little by little, I felt depression coming on. After that, I just tried to freelance and do my own thing. It was very hard financially. I was 28. I set goals when I was 18. So the goals that I set, I didn't accomplish. So depression hit me again. I would call jobs. I would send my resume out, but for some reason, I wasn't ready to leave my house. I felt paralyzed. You watch all these movies, you hear people talk about it, you read stories online, but you don't really think it's going to happen to you. I literally didn't bathe, brush my hair, and I didn't recognize myself. I was embarrassed to talk about it. I felt like I was the only one that was going through it. No one understood. I joined a Facebook group for jobs, and I found a flyer for First Step, and I decided to call. I set the date, and when the date came, I just couldn't do it. This went on for about a year or so. It was a no call, no show, or reschedule. I wasn't ready to leave my house. I feel like I've always had thoughts of suicide, but it was just like a passing thought. This time around, when depression hit me, my mom and I had a disagreement, and I basically told her, I don't want to live no more. I have nothing to live for. That's when I knew it was serious, because I've never said that out loud. That whole day I cried. It was just difficult hearing that come out my mouth. I had two choices: either go through with suicide or seek help. And I remember the First Step flyer, and I said, let me call them and see how they can help me.
First Step is a program for women to help them transition back into the workforce. We do that through a mix of technology-based training and workshops that focus on professional development and self-esteem building. We also have an internship component, and we work with the folks closely to identify employment. Yadira tried to come into the program multiple times, and every time she would sign up for an information session, something got in the way of her coming into the office. It's important to keep that door open, so when the timing is right and folks have the right supports in place, they're welcome to come into First Step to get the process started.
They definitely gave me more chances that I felt I deserved. I had a low self-esteem and low confidence, so I felt like I didn't deserve much. They welcomed me with open arms.
I think what makes First Step different is the support we're able to provide to the students.
I helped Yadira work on her depression and what her kind of episodes looked like prior to starting First Step, and kind of building awareness of what supports we can put in place or strategies that we could put in place for her to be able to manage that.
Janaea helped me with finding a therapist, and she helped me with setting short-term and long-term goals.
When I first met Yadira, she came across as guarded and reserved. She came into orientation wearing a hoodie and covering her face, and she had trouble opening up and sharing in front of the group. We encouraged Yadira to be more professional in the space. We also set small, manageable goals around participation for her each day so that she was able to share within the group.
I felt more confident. I started dressing more appropriately. I wanted to gain new skills and learn the things that I've missed from 2012 to 2019. I thought it would be difficult going into the computer classes, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I feel First Step wants you to succeed, and they give you the tools with computer skills, job skills, career building, interviews, and I feel like they really just want you to be better.
We place women in 2-month-long internships where they are practicing their skills and gaining new experiences, and then we work with them closely to identify opportunities for employment.
When I received my internship for Upfluence, I was shocked. I had to Google them, and I saw it was a tech company. I didn't know anything about tech. I felt overwhelmed because I just didn't want to fail. I didn't want to let anyone down.
When Yadira started out with her internship, you could tell that she was a little bit more reserved, and you could tell that she really wanted to make an impact and learn a lot.
I watched a lot of training videos. I did a lot of reading, took a lot of notes.
She, in 2 months, managed to know how a very, very complicated enterprise-level software worked and train and onboard people on it. And this was, for us, a clear sign that she was ready and that she could actually step up.
Upfluence hired me as a customer success associate, and I deal with contract clients now. I get on calls with them and I actually speak to the clients.
I recommend that all companies that are in technology, that are startups, actually work with a program like First Step. What you need is not so much people with previous experiences or knowledge, but people that are ready to learn. And personally, I have rarely seen somebody as willing to learn and work hard as I have with Yadira.
Being able to challenge myself at a workplace and being happy doing it felt good.
When Yadira completed the program, it felt like it was coming full circle. I was so impressed with the amount of change that happened in such a short period of time.
I'm very proud of myself. I accomplished the course that I put off for years, and I gained some friends, my self-esteem, some skills, and I got a job out of it. Now I'm a totally different person. I'm happier, I'm more positive, I gain a lot of confidence. I think that first step is just something that you have to do when you're ready because you want it. If you want to change, it's definitely for you.
We used to have like a joke when we'd start check-ins that she kind of became like a butterfly. Like she was very wrapped and cocooned in the beginning, but she over time became very open and more comfortable in being herself.
I don't stay home, I don't stay in my bed anymore. I have the motivation to be better, to fight through my days. I'm still a work in progress, but I can honestly see my growth. And I definitely think that's because of First Step.